Hello everybody, we are back with another Genshin Championship. I'm Zinzin Kitty, and I'll be your host today alongside Anton.
Hello, and once again, I'm super excited to be back, especially for this iteration of the Genshin Championship, because as most people can probably tell from the title, we've got some pretty special accounts running 4.3 Abyss for you guys here today.
Absolutely. So today, we're covering patch 4.3 with our two competing contestants, Topclass-A and Haru. Both of them are well-known speedrunners in the Golden House server, and they're mega well players, so do expect to see some C6R5s. Alright, so now let's explain the rules for today's match. The goal is quite simple, and as always, it's to clear out the floor 12 of the Spiral Abyss as fast as possible. Number 2, there's a maximum of 4 5-star weapons this time. Usually, we keep it at 2, but we do want to see an all-out battle, especially for Leviathan players, so we decided to bump it up to 4. And lastly, no offensive cards are allowed. Now, let's take a look at the Abyss Blessing, the Bursting Moon. After a character obtains an elemental shard created by the crystallized reaction, it will be counted, and when the count reaches to 3, a shockwave dealing true damage will be released. So this is obviously a blessing that is catered to Navia because it is her banner.
Yeah, as is usual, Hoyo, they know exactly how to sell their characters right. They give them Abyss Blessings that synergize pretty well with their kits. But in this case, I actually wouldn't imagine Navia would have too much of an issue with this, and I'll get into that a little bit. But I think this blessing puts a really strong spotlight on some of the other Geo units that are in the game, like Albedo, Zhongli, Ito. They've got consistent crystallized procs anyways.
Absolutely. So, for patch 4.3's banners, again, like we mentioned, we do have the release of Navia, but we also do have a new, very interesting Pyro Polearm 4-star character, Chevreuse. We have Raiden Shogun and Yoimiya, as well as Ayaka's reruns.
And as we already mentioned, Navia, having just been released, she's found herself thrust into the middle of a pool of a lot of different characters with some pretty insane damage outputs. And I think she fits in quite well. If she's pretty good invested and buffed, she can hit anywhere from like 500,000 to 1,000,000 damage depending on the circumstance. And of course, like we already said, she works amazingly with the current Bursting Moon Blessing with her burst and skill, causing and absorbing, respectively, consistent crystallized procs. And the rest of the roster on the wishes right now, they don't synergize as directly with the Abyss, but, I mean, it's Shogun, so she's always a very strong brute force carry that just alleviates energy requirements for the rest of her team, and Chevreuse working well with her, and other ELECTRO units, and some more niche rosters. If you like Overload, you can run her. Best friends Ayaka and Yoimiya that just appear in the amazing Muskets and Roses event, giving players yet another reason to add them to their accounts, beyond the fact that they're just good units.
Alright, and with all that being said, without further ado, let's get into the draft. Alright, here we go. On the side of Team Aether, we have Topclass-A at AR60, and on the side of Team Lumine, we have Haru at AR60 as well.
Yeah, so this is going to be quite the interesting ban phase, right? I mean, Nervalet instantly removed from the ban. I'm not surprised at all. He is one of the, if not the absolute strongest unit in today's meta. So he's going to be taken off the board, and Haru already hovering that All-Hytham ban for top class.
Yes, but I am surprised that it's Team Aether that banned the Neuvillette first, because they do have first pick. So they could have chosen the Nevi. Oh, but now the Farina also coming through.
Maybe, well, we know that both these accounts are super high invested, so maybe Top Class thinks that Haru has some better Neuvillette and Farina than he does, so he just wants to take those off the board. Maybe he's not afraid of Haru banning them against him, but whatever the case, got some quick picks and bans. Kazuha, obviously taken off the board, another one of those super strong picks, and Bennett, first pick for Top Class. I think that one's quite interesting.
Ooh, we do see the Wanderer and Farazan being picked, though, on the side of Haru. Also very interesting. And then Xiangling being locked in, of course, with the double pyro with the Bennett.
Wow. I mean, that is... It could be the case that Top Class is actually denying a Bennett from Haru's Wanderer team. Because, of course, these two guys, I mean, they know each other, right? Everyone knows these guys. They play in Golden House all the time. So they could have some deeper knowledge on each other's accounts over the long term. So that's a big deal that Wanderer doesn't get that Bennett buff.
Absolutely. So we see the Jean coming through for the attack speed, and then finally the Zhongli, also very important I think in a Wanderer comp, just to not get interrupted during your attacks. Oh, and the Sarah coming through. Not
Shogun
quite.
Sarah.
Oh, okay, we see a Chevreuse. Yes.
That's a bit of a tease there from Top
Yeah.
Class. I mean, this is nice. Is this flex? Or are they just picking the team? Because this makes a lot of sense right now for just the first half team for
It's
Top
not
Class.
flex. No, it is not
Okay,
flex.
okay.
So this is their team for the first half. And then we see a Yaemiko being banned, followed by a potential Yelan.
Wow. Well, Top Class is just straight up banned the 3 best Hydra units in current patch.
Yeah. Okay, so the Yelan being banned as well. All right. Okay.
Nilu.
Nilu,
I mean,
interesting.
For Haru, I feel like that kind of limits him in what other units he can pick in the second half. I'm curious to see if Aether wants to try and deny. Nahida is one of those units you would really like to have on Nilu Bloom.
Exactly. So I was gonna say this. This is a very important strategy when drafting. You ideally want to pick some flex characters or some characters that can be used in different comps rather than locking yourself into a Nilu comp, because then your opponent can deny you. Exactly like the case right here where Top snatched away the Nahida for himself. So now you're kind of stuck with some subpar Dendro applicators such as the DMC, for example, as we see with the Lumine coming through and the Kokomi.
Curious to see what the last pick for Haru is going to be as well, because there can't be too many options. It could be a Yao Yao. I think that's probably what they're going to be going for. But Official on the other side for aggravates. Last pick could be a plethora of things. Raiden's on the first half already, so could have a healer like Shinobu, and it looks like that is what Top Class is going to be opting for. And Haru is taking a little bit of a risk. There's only one Dendro applicator. It's going to be the DMC if this gets locked in. And yeah, Xingqiu for last pick. There's 3 Hydro apps for the side of Haru.
That is indeed a lot. And I was going to say that this comp would be so good in the previous patch 4.2. You guys remember with all the pyro lectors, with all the pyro mobs? I think this comp would have been great there.
Either way, I mean, this is what we got. So very bold for Haru to go with this. Of course, if you guys don't remember, this is one of the abysses, but I think the absolute highest health enemies in the game. So Haru with the Wanderer team top half, no reactions. All we've got is Swirl. This is really, really bold on what we got here.
So now we have Team Aether's first team with the Raiden Shogun. I'm super excited to see the Chevreuse. And I don't know if you realized, but it is a C6 Chevreuse.
Of course it is. I mean,
surprised.
super invested. Everyone, he's got to get lucky to get that C6 in amidst the time, but this is just so much damage. And he got the good RNG as well. I don't think there was a triple animation here. So this is absolutely excellent for what he's got going.
So 2 rotations and that's it. Very, very clean.
Oh, maybe he just didn't want to burst there to save burst for next chamber, but whatever the case, Raiden will be a little bit struggling for energy, but it's alright.
Alright, moving on to Haru, Team Lumine. This is the Wanderer comp that we are interested to see. It's a C6R5 across the board except for Zhongli, and it's an Elegy Firezan.
Yeah, running three 5-stars in the first half, so only limiting himself to 1 in the second, but I guess you gotta make this team as strong as possible. There will be, once again, no reactions here. There's no elements on the PMA. You've only got the animal going, and there's all the buffs. No Bennett means that this might be a little bit of a slower clear already.
That's a lot of damage though. Like that is a very cracked Wanderer. Alright,
Nice
second
20
rotation.
though. So this is it's definitely a little bit slower. A little bit unfortunate RNG. The Doritos is nice. You've got the good I'm not sure what those are called. The little minions.
Yeah, we do not have that enemy in this patch though.
36. It's a 5-second deficit. But you really gotta think. I mean, with a Bennett buff, with those denials, that's a super strong lead that he's already put up in the first half.
And now we're gonna move on to the second half on the side of Top Class against the Electro Burb. So this is gonna be super good. The Tiggy and the Nahida here, it's gonna shred this thing very, very fast.
Let's see how quick you can get it.
Oh, that's a lot of damage.
It doesn't even matter that he didn't dodge the mark because he's just absolutely destroying this TM. Okay. Nicely done.
Right. 16 seconds. Wow. Okay,
Oh
let's
my
see
God.
now. This Nilou comp. Okay, so the last 5-star weapon is indeed on the Nilou, and it's the key.
71,000 health, by the way.
Yeah.
Well, she's gonna be quite healthy. I don't think she's gonna die anytime soon.
Yeah, you can tank everything. Although, you know, in a Nilou bloom comp, the little bloom seeds, they do hurt a lot.
They
I
do.
think it's quite necessary to have a healer like Kokomi here.
Yeah, Xingqiu also helps out a little tiny bit.
Yeah. Oh wow, this is also very, very fast.
Maybe, once again, it's just a tiny bit lagging behind. Top class is really pulling ahead here, but yeah, the TM is still... This is 9 times faster than I could possibly do it, but... It's difficult to get the TM to stand still, especially when you have to let him stay in all those bloom seeds. And once again, we see a little bit of struggle with the one Dendro applicator. You can have this burst of damage, then there's a lot of downtime. But with that, 2 rotations, the TM runs off just a little bit. It should be alright, just rotates right back into the seeds. And Haru finishes at about 47, still a little bit behind.
Yeah, a little bit behind, but nonetheless, did you see the seeds though? The bloom seeds doing like 40k per seed.
That's
also, just
quite big.
Yeah, Haru is very known for his Nilou, so I was very excited to see his gameplay.
Chevrolet's here, putting out some nice damage. And Raiden, now we see the burst, yeah. That little bit of energy that he didn't get in the first half. Does he come back? And as soon as it does, everything just dies, pretty much immediately.
Wow. Raiden cutting through the mobs like she's cutting through butter. It is so smooth. So smooth.
It's already over.
It's already over. 30 seconds. 31 seconds.
He's averaging like 20 seconds of it. Well, high 20s. High 20s at chamber so far. High 20s a half.
Yeah. Okay, let's see this Wanderer comp.
Once again, I mean, from the E for the shred, you've got Jean as well for the attack speed.
For the
He's going through it.
That is a very cracked Wanderer.
I think it would have to be. It's like, it's that kind of situation where you've only just got raw damage. That's it. You've got red shred, and then it's just him. He's the only one doing work.
Yeah.
So you've got to have him be super built, and he is. He's working through these mechs like they're absolutely nothing.
Yeah. Oh wow, super nicely timed ult and finishing up this chamber in 36 seconds. That's great. Okay, so for this chamber, the second half, there are Geo Slimes in the first wave, right? I'm curious to see how they brute force their way through this.
I think people really underestimate Dendro reactions on these Geoseeds, because look at them. They're half gone. One of them is gone. Second one's gone. And then as soon as their shields break, the slimes themselves, they just pop. They're all dead.
Wow.
It's one by one. I mean, it's a super standard rotation here. Tignari wants to get these shots off. Get the E. As soon as you can do that, everything just absolutely melts. Very nicely done so far from Topclass.
Nice
Good
dodge
dodges there as well, the iframes. And even, okay, with these guys, you're not going to be breaking the shields. Doesn't matter. They're going to be dying before their shields even reach, like, 80%.
50 seconds. Oh wow. Alright. Okay,
There is a little bit of room. Yeah, a little bit of room for Haru to catch up. But once again, another Dendro comp in the second half, and Nilou. I think this has been run before, Nilou Bloom with these shields, and they do just... They break as easily as Tignari, so nicely done from Niru to make this comp happen in the second half. Even though he's got his Naida stolen from him, it's once again another situation of it being a little bit unfortunate that he's only got one Dendro applicator, but he's making it work so far, and Nilou Bloom's still shredding through these things as soon as his shields break.
It's pretty fast. And also the AoE from the Dendro seeds can definitely help.
Gotta make sure you have as much burst. They really are. Another burst from Nilou.
You know, these guys are
Haru?
tanky, but they're nothing compared to the Hydro Tulpa that we'll see very soon in the next
This is
chamber.
true. This is true. People have done the math, and 3 million health, somewhere around there, is what it's sitting at. I think that is the part that worries me the most for Haru, because he's doing the rest of these pretty decently. Like these are going well. They could be better if he had another Dendro, but like 69, that's a nice score if I've ever seen one.
Ha ha ha. Alright, here we go. I think this Raiden comp is super good against it because you can do Electro Charge, you can do Vape, you could do, you know, anything with those three, Electro, Pyro, and Hydro, right? Look at it, it's melting!
Yeah, we're not gonna have time to
Something.
talk about it.
have
We
time,
didn't
no.
have time to talk about it.
No. And it's gone. 3 million, by the way, in
What is
17
that?
seconds. Wow.
That's actually impossible.
Yeah.
What card? I don't even know what card he picked. Obviously, it would not have been an attack card, so it had to have been something completely irrelevant. But that's ridiculous.
But you see, this Wanderer comp against the Raiden one doesn't have that many, well, it does not have any reactions, right? Because even if you swirl Hydro, the Tulpa is immune to it.
It's
So
still quick.
It is. Of course, it's still super fast. But Genshin is still a elemental reaction-based game, so the Raiden clearly has an advantage in this, against this mob. This
Right.
boss, rather.
Of course, these guys would not have seen each other's runs ahead of time to have submitted these, so they wouldn't know that Top Class had a 17-second run, because that was still very, very impressive from Haru.
Yeah, for sure it is. Right, now we have the Dendro against these two Thunder Lava Trolls. This should be relatively easy.
Okay, I was about to say the grouping might not be the best, but it doesn't matter because he's just gonna
Yeah,
shoot
it
them both
doesn't
down anyways. Jeez. Just taking out the checklist, hitting all the bursts, hitting all the skills.
Yeah. I do
we can't-
really love the Tiggy gameplay though. Very
You
fun
can't
to
even,
watch.
can't even see anything. It's all
29
green,
seconds.
red. Oh my god.
Oh, this Nilu comp too. You can't see anything when the blooms, the bountiful
Yep.
cores are happening.
Oh. Okay, Haru's actually taking his time here. Make sure to group them. Dodge
Very
is
nice
gonna come through. That's so nice. The dodge to make sure they both actually get you to the corner and stay alive at the same time.
Yeah,
And
I
you
do
land the
think it
burst in the
is-
corner too.
Yeah. It's necessary though to group them in this bloom comp because you want the seeds to reach both of them, right? Earlier in the Tignari comp, it wasn't that much of a big deal. You could just shoot them from far using the Tiggy.
They're still doing very well. I think that was one of the things that Topclass was looking out for, even in draft. He was prepped for that, having the Tignari in this half, doing
And
a
that's
lot of damage. Haru clears super fast as well, but with the little grouping time, 40 seconds.
40 seconds! Ladies and gentlemen, here are the results. 174 seconds for Team Aether and 265 seconds for Team Lumine. Congratulations to Topclass-A for winning the Genshin Championship 4.3 and for getting the first ever win on the side of Team Aether. So after 7 losses to Lumine, finally, Aether has redeemed himself. And this moment will definitely be remembered. So GG, well played to both contestants.
Just as the elements of the world count 7, so do the losses of Team Aether. But at long last, he's found this strength and claimed his place on the throne in a very
Yes.
convincing time at that. A minute and a half is no laughing matter when we're talking half times of like 30 to 40 seconds. So I think we can all agree that Haru, he did put up a strong fight. Obviously, the Wanderer was super impressive to watch, but Top Class ended up living up to his name with an average of less than 1 minute per chamber.
Wow. Yes, and now as we're approaching the end of the episode, we'd like to give a big thank you to Top and Haru for participating. And of course, a big thank you to all who are watching, so please leave a like and subscribe to our channel if you enjoy our content. Now, if you're interested in participating in future championships or other game modes, and if you want to appear in our videos, or if you simply want to join a community, then feel free to join our Discord server through the link in the description box below. We'll see you guys for the next one.
Bye!
Bye!